It is time for my mental health vlog. It is Monday, not Sunday, but I took today off, so it feels like Sunday. So it's the same. That's what I'm going with. And if you don't follow me on social media, this was probably a little bit of a shock. Because yeah, my chin has not been bald in like 8 or 9 years, but I've been thinking about it for a while, and I kind of trimmed this really short to see if I could get away with like this being short and this bushy, and I didn't like it, so I had to shave this off, and here you go. I'm absolutely learning that I cannot always make the same faces that I used to when I only have a mustache, because they don't look the same or they don't give the same feeling. For instance, here's one that I've discovered that I cannot do again because it looks really weird. Or there's this, you know, I can't do things like that because it looks weird. And I'm still getting used to this. I have to shave more often because when you have a mustache, it can't get all scraggly because then it just looks weird. And my fiance pointed that out, and I really hate that he was right. So this is going to be more maintenance. So thoughts and prayers for the existence of the mustache, because everyone knows I do not like anything that is super maintenance-y. Like even maintaining my blue hair is a pain in the ass, but I still love it. So last weekend I talked a little bit about dropping my son off with my ex and getting a barrage of text messages from him. And I'm not sure if I had received this last text message when I made my vlog or not, but one of the comments was, "We need to have a serious discussion when you get back." And I'm like, okay. It's like, unless it starts with the words, "I am sorry," I'm good. I will handle you in the most business-like manner possible. So, anyway, this weekend, my fiance and I went to Florida for my sister's birthday. Really wanted to take my son, but that was honestly, it was an extra cost we didn't really have, and I don't think my grandson is ready to go back. So my son is ready to go back to Florida yet. I don't know. I mean, if we were going to Disney, he'd be like, "Yeah, let's go," but I don't think he's ready to go back there yet, and I hate that. But it also would have involved taking him out of school, and I didn't want to do that. So anyway, so we went and flew in on Thursday, and we had initially planned on getting a rental car. We were flying into Jacksonville. My family's in Daytona, and we were going to get the rental car, just drive down to Daytona, not be a bother to anybody, and we'll just have the rental car all weekend. Well, my aunt said, "Well, I'm coming down from Savannah. I'll just pick you up at the Jacksonville airport." And I'm like, well, I don't want to pass up that time to ride with her. So I asked my fiance, I'm like, "Can you move the pickup for the rental car to Daytona? And then Aunt Debbie can just pick us up from Jacksonville and drive us to the, Daytona, and then we can get the car there." And okay, so he made the change, no problem. Everything was going great until we got to the Daytona airport, which is where the reservation got changed to for the rental car pickup. And there was an incorrect drop-off date on there because it said the 27th versus the 28th. And when they moved the pickup location to Daytona, they made the drop-off location Daytona instead of Jacksonville, which made it a one-way, which bumped our $250 reservation up to $750. And we were kind of stuck because, my aunt already left. She dropped us off. I wasn't going to call her back. My fiance was like, "Well, let's just put on the credit card and deal with it later," because he had booked it through the bank. He's like, "I'll deal with it later, see if they can fix it." And then we got back to our Airbnb, which was a beautiful view, and he was pretty angry about it. And then I'm like, let's deal with this in the morning. Let's just enjoy this evening. Let's unwind. Let's just chill, and let's deal with that in the morning. And then by the time morning came, he had already sent some emails to the people at the rental car place and talked to a manager. And so Friday morning, we ended up just taking the vehicle back and returning it, and only getting charged for one day at a much reduced rate than what we had initially had. So, and then my sisters like to choose my car. So that was what we did. We returned that. Mom picked us up from the airport again. Spent way too much time at the airport this trip, especially considering we didn't fly into that airport. Mom picked us up, dropped us off at my sister's house, and I spent the rest of the afternoon trying to find out what the plan was. I love my sister. She and I have so many things in common to the point that it's kind of scary, but there is one thing that she and I have zero in common, and that is having a plan. And I experienced this when we went and took Mom to Disney for her 70th birthday, and my sister planned it and arranged it. She was taking care of it all, no problem. And we got there, what are we doing? Well, where are we eating? I don't know, I figured we'd just get a bite somewhere to sit down. Disney. Bless her heart. So anyway, she can't make a plan. And it's not that it's her fault that she can't make a plan, but everybody that's involved in making a plan, she wants to make sure has input or is happy, or she doesn't want to wrangle cats. And that's kind of how both scenarios of those go. So nobody bothers with making plans. They just figure things out, and I can't do that. I can't do that. I cannot do that. I mean, I have to have some modicum of an agenda. I'm like, okay, so are we having dinner? Is dinner a family thing tonight? Yes. When is that going to be? Is it like a 5 o'clock thing? Is it like an 8 o'clock thing? Really hard to plan anything around my family. And I love them, but it's really hard to plan anything around my family because nobody can make a fucking decision. I made the comment this weekend, I'm the black sheep in the family because of certain things. I think that may have been it. And then I said, well, I'm the black sheep in the family when it comes to a lot of things. But technically, I guess I'm not even the rainbow sheep. There's a couple of those. Anyway. It was so good to see my sister. It was so good to see my aunt. It was so good to see my mom. It was great to see my sister up and moving around, hobbling around. She uses a cane when she absolutely needs to. I did finally have a conversation with her and kind of let her know how scared we all really were versus the brave face that we all put on, except for my aunt, but I'm like, we were all really scared, and I don't think she realized how scared we were last year when she had her accident. I'm really glad she's still here. I kind of like her, turns out. I cannot be the responsible child. No. Short trip. Very short trip, but I really love getting to see my family. And our Airbnb was right on my favorite spot at the beach, so we just sat there on the little porch patio thing. We were on the 8th floor, overlooking my favorite spot, and we just sit there and sit there with the door open and the breeze coming in, and just listen to the waves. And that was honestly that was perfect for me. And we did make it down to the beach and just kind of walk around a little bit ankle deep. I wasn't getting any deeper than that. It was too cold. And kind of laid out there on the beach for a little bit and just listened to the waves. It's always my moment of zen because I've got my elements there. For those of you that don't know why I love the beach so much, I've got the sun, which gives you've got the wind and the air. I've got the water, and I've got the earth between my toes, and I'm surrounded by living things. So it's kind of like my little zen garden, my own little personal zen spot. Always my happy place. I don't have to be there long, and I'm not one of those active people. Like beach volleyball is not something I will ever do. I will watch, tight shorts, but I will not participate in beach volleyball unless I can't say never. I never say never. I should never say never. Anyway. That's about it. I mean, there's more, but just family stuff, I guess. Always sad to leave them. It was a very short trip. Was very grateful to have been able to go. I will say that. I will tell you this. Oh my God. So the Airbnb that we were in was owned by a friend of my sister's and my mom's. My sister had a pool party on Saturday, and he and his wife and I think little skin critters came, and I'm like, oh my God, who is this hot man? She's like, that's the guy that owns your condo. I'm like, please let him know that we are going to break multiple things in the middle of the night that he will need to come fix, and please tell him he needs to do it alone. And he had a VPL, and I know he knows he had a VPL, and he was showing it off. And I was watching. My fiance was watching, and my sister's other brother was watching, and then my aunt was watching. Anyone we pointed it out to was watching. Oh my God, he was gorgeous. It was not fair. Okay, I'm gonna let y'all go. That's all I got. Y'all have a wonderful week, and I will check in with y'all. And oh my God, next weekend is May. Wait, is that right? Yes, it is. Holy crap, May is Wednesday. That means Cinco de Mayo is coming up. Sunday. I'll be talking to y'all on Cinco de Mayo. All right. Adios.